up, folks? Sean the Average Angler. We're out here on the boat. We are getting ready for our trip to Clear Lake, where we're going to fish the Yamamoto tournament. Stipulations: you got to fish a Yamamoto bait on any rig you're fishing. So I've got a wad of rods here that I'm about to load into the rod locker, and these are just stuff that could come into play. Who really knows? Weather's changes. We all know it's late fall, October. Going to be the last weekend of October. We got some storms brewing tentatively. I mean, right now it says yes, but who knows? So makes it difficult to line up what you're going to do. But being as how we have to use only Yamamoto baits, we've got a slew of them here. And maybe not all Yamamoto for practice, but I've got a ton of stuff rigged up. So we're going to kind of go through that, tell you guys what I'm thinking. That there, as you can see, is a Neko rigged. That is the Slinko. So it is a floating bait, and I've got it rigged on a bait casting rig. That is the iRod 742, which is actually, believe it or not, a finesse swim bait rod. Anything going in the rod lockers, not my primary stuff I think I'm gonna do. It's stuff that I might need to use. But with that said, who the hell knows? Because quite honest, I ain't been there, so I don't have a clue what's going on. We're just prepping. So the way I load my boat, the spinning rods, what I really want to use the least, they're going on the bottom. So they're going to be in here. They're going to be there for the emergency, situational, whatever. We might use them. We're hoping not to, okay? They won't come out day one practice, I'll tell you that much. But we're going to show you what I got anyway. First and foremost, we got that Bass Union shaky head for fishing around docks and that kind of stuff. That baby is going in the vault. If we need to pull it out, we will pull it out. We've got a secondary shaky head there. That is the Frenzy Nail. And on that baby right now is a Fat Pack Slinky worm, because I only bought a couple packs of Yamamoto, which they have something similar, but I only bought a couple packs, so I don't want to burn through them in practice. I will use the Fat Packs. I have lots of confidence in the Fat Pack Slinky worm for my shaky head, Neko, whatever. It's a great worm. I am prepared to not burn through my Yamamoto stuff in practice, because I quite honestly don't want to buy more of something I'm not really going to use. All right, now this one I'm going to pack towards the top, because this is a new bait by Fat Packs, and that is the 5.2 inch crossover shad. Okay, it's kind of your forward facing minnow type rolling bait. You could fish it on bottom, you can do all kinds of things with it. We're going to set that on this side because I want that up towards the top, because I do want to play around with it, get a better feel. They're brand new. I don't even know if they're released yet, but they are brand new. If they're not released yet, they'll be coming out real soon, and you guys are going to want some of those. All right. Good old Ica. Okay, I fish it weightless. I am intending to use that on rock piles, those kinds of things where jig is going to get eaten up. I can throw that Ica and it'll come through those snags just fine. We just need to get us a rod sleeve here before we throw it in the rod locker. And I fish that on a 7-foot medium heavy, so kind of in betweener rod there. That is going in the rod box. Another spinning rod. I can't show you that one. This is one I'm going to show you afterwards, because quite honestly I think that's going to be a big player. I'm sorry guys, but tournaments, little different scenario here. That's one that's just kind of, I don't know, I have a feeling it's going to be a big deal. All right, we got a 3/4 ounce flipping rig here, And yes, that is a Zoom Z-Craw on there right now. Again, if I find a flipping bite, I'm not really worried about throwing the Yamamoto bait until practice is over. More about finding the fish and that type of thing, okay? And we got us another flipping rig, 1/2 ounce Strike King Rage Bug and PB&J. We are going to, like I said, this is stuff I don't think is going to play, but you can't leave home without it. We are going to give it a chance. We will be checking stuff. Now let's talk about how to approach a tournament event like this time of year. So it's fall, weather's changing daily, maybe every other day, but right now it's gorgeous out here. I am in Gilroy. It is gorgeous out. It's probably 77, 78 degrees, not a breath of wind. That is not what's predicted for later in the week. One thing I will always tell you this time of year, don't live your life based off the weather predictions 4, 5, 6, 7 days from now, okay? They're not accurate. Things can change really quick. I'm watching because I want to know the patterns, but I will really start dialing in as we get in that 72-hour window to the first day I'm going to be there, and then we'll watch closely as we move on. We're going to have a lot of stuff. I haven't even got into I got 3 chatterbait rods rigged with different types of stuff. We'll get to that here in a minute. I'm going to put these in the box. We'll come back when I bring some more rods out to put in the boat. The rods I'm intending to use the day of when I get there are gonna go in the truck to the deck. We're ready to go, and then I can start messing around throughout the day. As I get out on the water, I start graphing and I start seeing some things about what's going on. I have a much more educated mindset on what I think we're gonna need to do. All right, let's get back to you here in just a minute. All right, guys, we're back in the garage. I've decided the rest of these are going in the truck because they're going on the deck when we get there. And I've got 3 chatterbaits: a green pumpkin, a white, and a bluegill. Okay, and I've got 8 jigs. Yeah, I said 8 jigs. Okay. That's the thing about jigs. They're so universal and so versatile. I've got jigs for every possible scenario that I can think of. And yes, it's a lot of rods, but what I will tell you is as we go through practice and we progress, we will eliminate stuff and we will dial in what we need for game day. Okay? It's really the best way to approach practice for a tournament. And practice for a tournament and just going out to fish, 2 different things. I don't take near as many rods if I'm just going fishing on the local pond. Quite honestly, there's no repercussions. It's just I'm going out there to chill, relax, go fish, and have fun. In a tournament, I'm trying to win. So I gotta try and dial in what I think is going on, and then I have to be prepared for what I think might be going on, but I'm hoping is not. Does that make sense? Anyway, Yamamoto only tournament, you gotta use Yamamoto baits. We got a pretty wide range of stuff, okay? I would really love to have crankbaits involved in this. No crankbaits, okay? All right, I'm Sean the Average Angler. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.